New Japan Pro Wrestling have surprises planned for Wrestle Kingdom, and could CM Punk be set to return to AEW? But first, let's get to the quickfire headlines, as Jeff Hardy has filed yet another motion to delay his pre-trial hearing for his June DUI arrest. The hearing was scheduled for Wednesday, December 21st, and if it is pushed back again, it will be the fourth time. It was originally set for July, then October, then November, with Hardy's attorney trying to resolve the case with a plea agreement, with this being the reason for their continued delay requests. Former WWE superstar Chris Masters has hinted at a surprise appearance in the upcoming Royal Rumble match. He would make a post to Twitter with the caption 10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1 at WWE, of course a reference to the Rumble countdown timer. Masters, who is currently signed to the National Wrestling Alliance, hasn't wrestled in WWE since August 2011, and it remains to be seen how seriously the tease should be taken. Mandy Rose would be released from her WWE contract last week, with the company unhappy with content she was posting on her FanTime page, which included some adult-themed material. Her agent has now spoken with TMZ to reveal that her release has brought some incredible awareness to her side project, which has earned her $500,000 since she was cut. The agent predicts that Rose will be the newest self-made millionaire by Christmas. And speaking of exclusive content sites, former WWE superstar Chelsea Green has closed down her OnlyFans page, this following rumors of a return to the company. The latest move has fueled speculation further, with fans now feeling a WWE appearance is imminent. It was rumored that Chelsea could be joined by her husband Matt Cardona, formerly Zack Ryder in WWE, who himself has continued to hint at a return, posting an old photo of himself on Twitter, holding a piece of paper which reads Zack Ryder Pitches. Former WWE champion Big E would suffer a heartbreaking injury on the March 11th episode of SmackDown, landing on his head on the outside of the ring, resulting in a fracture to his C1 and C6 vertebrae. He would speak with These Urban Times this week, providing an update on his recovery, and he would say, "I have to get some more scans at the 1 year mark in March, and we'll see how everything is looking. We'll see from there. My C1 is broken in 2 spots, so we obviously have to be very smart about that. I was very fortunate. I want to make sure I'm making the best decision for myself. We'll see in March. I feel great. I'm really thankful for that. I don't have any nerve issues, no strength issues, no impairment whatsoever. Obviously, to get back in the ring to do what we do, I want to make sure my C1 is rock solid. Other than that, I'm very blessed. I feel great." MLW's Real One, formerly Enzo Amore in WWE, would appear on Busted Open Radio last night, where he was asked about AEW World Champion MJF. The New Jersey native would have some harsh words for the Long Islander, stating that if they did meet on the mic, it wouldn't go well for Max, and he would say, "Don't ever compare apples to oranges, don't ever disrespect me. 5 minutes, brutalize him. You give me 5 minutes on a live microphone, I'm trending #1 in the world. When is the time you drew a #2? When CM Punk got there is when they drew a 2. If I show up on that screen, you're getting the #1 trend in the world, guaranteed. With or without MJF on the screen. I didn't have to be there when Cass showed up and he trended, and I trended #5 on my fucking couch. It wasn't Wardlow trending, it wasn't Cass, it was Enzo trending. People are petrified of what I would do if you give me a microphone on live TV." This past Monday night on Raw, Bronson Reed would return to WWE to prevent Dexter Lumis from winning the ladder match against The Miz, instead helping his opponent to score the win. Fightful Select have now released some behind-the-scenes information on how the return came to be, revealing that his recent work with New Japan Pro Wrestling happened without an exclusive deal, which opened up the opportunity for a comeback to WWE. Fightful noted that Bronson was a priority hire for Triple H after taking the reins of creative, whilst New Japan is said to have hoped that he would stay. He is now said to be done with the Japanese promotion, however, putting pen to paper on a new WWE contract. New Japan Pro Wrestling star Chase Owens has taken to Twitter to tease a debut in All Elite Wrestling this week, with the Bullet Club member noting that tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite is taking place in his hometown, and he would say, "AEW in my hometown of San Antonio tomorrow. Maybe I should go and see a few old friends." There is of course many former Bullet Club members on the AEW roster, including Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and many more, although it remains to be seen if an appearance has been arranged. And speaking of Dynamite, AEW President Tony Khan has taken to Twitter to reveal that there will be a celebrity appearance from Rick Ross on the show, who will oversee a confrontation between former AEW World Tag Team Champions Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, and Khan would tweet, Tomorrow on TBS Network, don't miss Wednesday night AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash. We'll be celebrating Wednesday with our Holiday Bash just days before Christmas, a great night of AEW stars and great wrestling, plus Rick Ross will mediate the meeting between Keith Lee and Swerve. Following the hiring of WWE's former vice president of global television production, Mike Mansory, news broke via Wrestling Observer newsletter that All Elite Wrestling was set to make some changes to their television presentation, something which Tony Khan has confirmed to TV Insider this week, and Khan would say, "I don't want to let the cat out of the bag necessarily, especially so close to the big day, but at the start of 2023, we're going to open the year on Wednesday, January 4, with the first Dynamite in Seattle, marking a full year of Dynamite on TBS. We'll definitely have a new look, to say the least. I'm excited about it. I think it's a nice thing to present to the fans, but frankly, I've found more so than ever, the more you talk about these things, when you build them up, you don't want to create expectations that are impossible. I will say the set will be beautiful though. The look of Rampage will also be different. This will affect the way people view AEW on Wednesdays and Fridays in terms of presentation with the set, and the show with the same great action." And next up, New Japan Pro Wrestling have surprises planned for Wrestle Kingdom. The Tokyo Dome show is just weeks away, with the event set to see stars of New Japan, AEW, WWE, and Stardom compete on the same card on January 4th. Speaking on the Sessions podcast with Renee Paquette this week, Rocky Romero, who works as the American intermediary for New Japan Pro Wrestling, would discuss Wrestle Kingdom and was asked about the possibility of Mercedes Varnado, formerly Sasha Banks, appearing on the show. He would reveal that there will be surprises on the show, but wouldn't be specific, and would say, "I've heard a lot of rumors, but I can't confirm nor deny at this moment. Fingers crossed, you never know what could happen. There will definitely be surprises at the Tokyo Dome." Rocky would also discuss the recent WWE return of the Good Brothers, who were on the roster of New Japan at the time. He would talk of Carl Anderson's Never Openweight Championship defense against Hikuleo that was cancelled due to a booking clash with the Crown Jewel events, and he would describe what he called a very stressful situation, and noted, "When the guys started talking about WWE had reached out to them, I of course started to get nervous because I knew we had a bunch of dates set and everything. Anderson was the Never Openweight champion. I got worried and said, just don't screw me over. I was part of the reason they came back. Obviously they left on good terms, but to bring them back, I was part of that. Finally, he was like, we're going to sign and somebody is going to have to talk to WWE. Of course that means me. I got on the line and there was some confusion on the dates they were actually going to do. There was the November 5th show that Anderson had already been announced for New Japan, but it was the same time the Saudi Arabia show was going on. It started off real rocky. They went and did Saudi, we figured it out, got a new date and decided to turn it into a big angle because I thought that was the best way to deal with it, hoping that everything was going to work out. Finally, he went and did this last show and successfully defended the title, so now he'll be at the Tokyo Dome to face Tama Tonga. As for Wrestle Kingdom, it remains to be seen how many surprises will take place, although all signs point towards an appearance from Mercedes Varnado at some point in the night, likely confronting the winner of the match for the IWGP Women's Championship between Kairi and Tam Nakano. The rest of the show will see appearances from WWE's Carl Anderson, AEW's FTR and Kenny Omega, in what will be an exciting night of action to say the least, with there being the possibility of more shock appearances on the night. And next up, could CM Punk be set to return to AEW? CM Punk hasn't been seen on All Elite Wrestling since September, this after being injured during the match that saw him win the AEW World Championship at All Out, before being involved in a backstage altercation with the Elite before all parties were suspended. Whilst Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks have returned to television, Punk's future remains up in the air, with it unknown if he will ever come back. With that said, Punk has thrown the cat amongst the pigeons once again amid his absence from AEW after he would take to social media last night, where the best in the world would post a photograph of himself backstage at a wrestling show on his Instagram story, presumably at an AEW taping, with Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler of FTR in the background. This would immediately get the internet talking, with fans speculating on when the photo was taken, although it is likely an old image. But with that said, that doesn't necessarily mean there isn't a meaning behind the post. Could Punk be hinting at a possible return to AEW alongside two of his best friends? Many fans have hoped to see FTR and CM Punk Punk reunite to turn the real-life heat with the Elite into a storyline, and given the shots from Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks on television directed at Punk, it's certainly not a far-fetched possibility that things have been resolved for the greater good of drawing money. For now though, let's not get too carried away, but it's certainly food for thought given Punk's history of planting seeds on his Instagram story, particularly in the lead up to his AEW debut and now possible AEW return. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 upcoming wrestling free agents that you need to know.